I will say they do a good job.
They do. And they
Talking
try to
about-
shout you down. This letter was a shout down to us.
Well, question though, at the tape you listened to of that board meeting of the parents, I was told that parents were told. I don't want to preference it with my own opinion how it sounds. How were the parents treated when they brought up these concerns?
By the past superintendent, not very well.
So what did he say?
Not well at all.
So I don't want to assume.
That is why I am requesting the FOIA, because I want his exact words. In the minutes, it was vague. It was just like, we have to follow the law. Well, first of all, DEI is not a law.
Correct. It's not legislation.
And the Board of Education cannot make laws.
Correct.
So and we talked about this in the last one. When people say it's the law.
Well, they do that to scare you.
Yeah. And you're going to get sued because it's the law.
Yeah.
The Board of Education cannot pass laws.
Correct.
The State Board of Education will, because we're not talking about the local can't.
None
either.
of them can.
Yeah, but we're talking about the State Board of
They're not
Education.
part of our legislation.
They can pass policy.
Correct.
But I will say we don't follow policy.
We follow
pick
the
and
Constitution.
choose. Well, because we're, even if they say, well, we have to follow policy. Well, there's some policies
Exception.
that they don't follow, that they choose. And I'll bring up a policy. There is a policy or a recommendation that the school systems pay so much to the libraries.
What do you mean, to the local libraries?
Mm-hmm. And I was told by Tony that we do not pay that amount that we're supposed to.
So what are our local libraries?
We only have the Grand County Library.
So there's one. Is there one in Union up in the mountain?
I don't know. You know where Hardy County Library is.
Yeah, right
downtown.
downtown. Yeah, my wife.
And we
goes
know it's next to the Landis Arts Center is the
where
one in
yours is.
Petersburg.
Yeah. Right behind Grand County Bank.
Yeah. So we know. So they're supposed to pay a certain amount.
They're supposed to, or it's recommended.
It's a strong recommendation,
And we don't pay that.
and we don't pay that.
Really?
Yes.
So how's the
And matter of fact,
how's the library funded then?
in the letter,
If the
let
school
me find it.
system
It
is
says that even with the levy amount, we still will not reach the recommended money amount we're supposed to give to the library.
so what do we do with the $6 million of COVID money? That should have freed up money to support the local library.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And just so you know, we use it. So we had students that are at the high school that struggle.
Mm-hmm.
They just struggle, right? And we did. A gentleman helped us with tutoring a student on math, and they went to the library. And that student, because some students don't have internet at the house.
Well, listen.
Their parents-
What are we? The largest state in the United States of grand families.
We have the most. And I don't know if that's by. I assume that's by percentages.
Probably
but
by
We're
percentage.
the leading state for grand families.
For grand
which
families.
means grandparents raising grandkids.
And if you're 70 years old and you're like, I don't see a need for internet, and you don't have internet, or you can't afford internet
this
in your
one
home,
guy-
the library is important.
the one guy doesn't see the need, and so
Yeah.
the daughter does go to the library. So I didn't know. So how is that? How's the library funded if the school systems aren't going by the recommendation?
I would
How's that funded
assume that some is the county.
Okay,
I mean, because it's the it's called the Grand County Library, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not I'm pretty sure it's called the Grand County
Okay.
Library. So I would assume through your property taxes.
Grand County
Yep.
commissioners are helping.
The school system does give a little. I don't know. In the levy,
There is some here. in
it
the library.
does tell, which I've shuffled all my papers now that we went on break.
No, it says here, community actions. The Moomog Grant County Public Library and the Mountain Top Public Library.
There we
There
go.
are two.
Mm-hmm.
Petersburg. These funds include, but are not limited to, community libraries. What does it mean? They're included, but not limited to. That's kind of an open door. So they're
Oh, here it
saying
is. Okay,
$50,000.
$50,000.
Yeah, $10,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
But it's saying it's included, but not limited to the
And
libraries.
I hate that.
That means they can do what they want with
yes.
it. Just between me and
Yes,
you.
that's what it means.
Yeah.
And that's another reason that this I believe that needed shored up more. I still think it was rushed. You can say it wasn't rushed,
Well,
but if people would have heard the wording is always important.
Don't
It's
disagree.
Always important. And I'm not saying the $50,000 shouldn't go to the library, but according to Tony, that still does not put them at the level they're supposed to be at.
and we got $6 million in COVID money.
Yes.
And we still can't help the local
Yeah.
library. I didn't know the local and so I didn't know the local library was funded by the school.
Not totally,
but some. Understand? I didn't know that.
Some.
Wow.
So that was just one of the things, okay? And so the DEI is, I don't agree with it being in schools. Equality, I agree with, but the E does not stand for equality. It stands for equity.
Yeah.
And equity means that everyone has the same outcome. That means that we're all equally stupid. That's what it...
Well, I don't know if I'd say it like that. What it means is, and I don't agree with it, they're saying that no matter what we do, we should all have the same outcome.
Yeah, and so to do that, you have to drag down your teaching of your top students to bring them down, or try to bring up the grades.
What it means is we're all going to get the same outcome no matter what effort we give.
Yeah.
And that's a horrible thing to teach kids.
Well, so it's bringing down your top and bringing up your lower when...
Well, listen, bringing up the lower to learn more, that's not a bad thing.
It is when they're not getting those grades.
Well, the outcome...
So I sent you a video of a teacher that said he's a 7th grade teacher and his kids are reading on a 4th grade level.
Gotcha.
But they keep passing the kids.
Well, that doesn't
And
shock
that
me.
is bringing up, because these kids are going to have a diploma, and that's equity.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
So question, though, do you have any data on what all this money being spent last time and then this time, what is it doing to our kids' grade and our education?
Well, we did talk on one of the podcasts, and I think I questioned Mitch on it, was the $125,000 that we pay the reading person, and our reading scores have dropped. Dixie, who's running for Board of Education, has went in and she got the grades, and she said, JR, math and reading is bad. We need to find out what they are.
We should publish them.
We do. We need to publish them.
Because the thing is, money spent is good money spent when the fruit of our labor shows, look at how the kids are advancing.
Yeah.
Look at what they're doing in education.
Listen, if we were the top school in the state,
yeah, we could.
But here's the problem:
keep doing this.
West Virginia is like 48th, 47th in the United States.
I
and
understand.
Then if you're one of the lowest counties,
our county had the lowest performing school in the whole the whole state,
in the whole state union. And thanks to Lori for
she's helping out,
really trying to help out there, bring it up.
But listen, that's a good principle that should be paid based on her performance.
Yes,
not the same equity as the other principals. It should be based on her performance.
Yeah, because she's bringing the worst school in the state, trying to get the standards up.
But that should be there. I'm just shocked about. I'm going to ask some people in the community. Actually, people in the community, we should ask them. Reach out to us if you think the teachers are paid too much, because I'm shocked by that statement.
Yeah. And if you want us to keep it private,
we'll keep it on the QT.
We'll keep it private. But
I'm just shocked.
Do you feel teachers are paid too much? And now I did say some of them are.
Yeah,
I was honest. I just believe it should be the cream of the crop. I mean, you reward someone who's diligent, if there is a teacher whose test scores, and I hate to use test scores because they can be manipulated. They can tell the kids but if their kids are excelling at life, in everything in life, that's a teacher that needs kept.
Agreed. Needs to be rewarded.
Yeah. So this was another thing here.
This is the teaching of the event that
at the event.
Went to. Okay.
Culturally responsive school leadership. It should focus explicitly on equity and justice. Remember, we already said equity is a bad thing.
The same outcome.
Equality is a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone should have the same opportunity.
Agreed.
Equity is bad. So that was another one. Creating equity in practice for success. And it's all about equity through inclusion.
Okay.
This was AI, and it was called Generation AI. AI is a huge thing. Artificial intelligence. The bad thing is the keynote speaker was funded by the Gates Foundation.
Oh. Mr. Gates.
Yes.
Who owns what percentage of our
60% of the farmland?
Yeah.
Something. It's weird. Striving for equity in behavior prevention and response. Evolving equity in educational spaces. I am against equity.
Okay.
I am for equality.
Is this what other parents were saying at that board meeting?
Yes.
They're against equity.
Yes, because it was under, like, CIS was coming in, and that was one of the main things. CIS was pushing. DEI.
And to get their money, did Grant County get any CIS money? We didn't talk about that.
Yes, they did.
How much CIS money did they get?
I do not know, but they did get CIS money, which was funneled partly through the Bill Gates Foundation.
Okay.
So
CIS money did come to Grant County as well.
Yeah, and what this is under AI is just inclusive school communities, but it's all talking under AI. And what worries me about AI is that Google had to shut down their AI. Now, here's the thing about AI. It only spits out the parameters that we put it in.
What goes in comes out.
Yes.
Yep.
So the parameters that we set for it, now it does look through all the internet and everything, but there are parameters. Google had an issue. People were going in and saying, show me a picture of George Washington. It was a black lady.
Okay.
I don't think George Washington was a black lady.
I never met him.
maybe our pictures were wrong, but I remember the picture of him crossing the water, standing
Delaware.
with, Didn't think it was a black lady.
So they shut that down with Google.
Yes. They put, what really hit it is they said, show me a picture of a Nazi, and they put a black guy.
Oh boy. Well,
needless to say, the black people were very upset at that. Very upset at that. So they had to shut that whole AI program down.
So for people who listen to us that don't know what AI is, give them a simple, easy... Well, first off, AI stands for artificial intelligence.
Yes.
And artificial intelligence is used to attempt to assume how we're going to think and take out those actions. So in other words, on my phone, if you have an iPhone, if I'm typing a word, AI will finish the word assuming I'm typing the word.
Yes.
Or they'll do spell check.
Now, but let's do more. And
well,
Autumn,
but
if the eggs are hard, then they are done. My daughter's passing me a note. I cooked eggs. I want to know if they're done. If they're runny, they're not done. And if they're hard, you're good. She loves scrambled eggs. Oh, they're done. You're good, sweetie.
But
you're
good. Just do something simple. Like,
so yeah,
that's AI.
That's AI.
That takes and tries to assume what you're going to take back.
But it's gotten more.
It's much more in depth.
So
I just wanted to show it simple.
Some of the problems with AI are
I've texted accidentally some bad stuff to people.
Well, that's autofill.
Just for the record, they're like, "What did you mean?" I'm like, "That's not what I typed."
Yeah, but one of the concerns of AI in the school is with kids writing reports.
AI will write a report for you.
So now I can type in, "Hey, I'm writing a report on George Washington."
It'll write one for you,
and it'll write one for you.
Now, just slow down because some parents may have no clue about that. If you ask AI, whatever you ask AI to do, it does. That's why they said, give me a picture of George Washington. It was a black lady.
Yeah.
Or a Nazi and it was a black man.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, right?
Yes.
So you say, I want this, and AI will actually put together a report.
Some of the things are cool. I heard it was, it was like Somewhere Over the Rainbow done by Metallica.
Okay.
And AI will literally it's making its own song up.
Yeah.
It's
with
gathering
Metallica.
all the information of what Metallica sounds like online and what Over the Rainbow uses the Metallica voice, uses
pretty cool.
his voice and spits it out. So I know that there are some AI buster programs that the schools are trying to work with that can catch if a student is writing a paper in AI. I used it. I was like, I want to add such and such, to do an ad. And it'll come up with a picture with the writing and all of it. So there are some
Can I use that
tools
for my sermons at church? That would be so much easier than
sermon.
studying. And
everyone's going to hell. Write sermon.
They'll be like, oh, wait, we got loads of these. And I'll be like, no, I don't want that.
So, but I didn't mean to get on like AI totally because some of it is good, some of it is bad. But this was, why is diversity, equity, and inclusion in EI and DEI when
in the AI conversation?
In the AI conversation, when they did AI, they changed George Washington to a black lady and a Nazi to a black guy.
Well, here's a question: why is DEI in every one of these things.
Every one of these things.
Wow.
Keynote speakers. Every one of those things. The only keynote speaker that I did not put down is the one that I believe is coming to our school.
Okay.
I don't like that she's coming to our school.
What does she teach?
It's the lady from Sandy Hook that lost her daughter.
Okay.
Who, as far as I can tell, is anti-gun.
Okay.
Which...
It's terrible she lost her daughter.
Yes.
That would be horrible.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is. And the thing is that we try to ban guns over it.
I know that. We have to do more research, but I have heard that's what they're trying to use to eliminate guns.
Yes. Yeah. And the thing is, if my daughter, God forbid, is in a car accident, am I going to really go out and say all cars should be banned? Now, the green-loving people would love that.
Yeah. But, I mean, so part of the levy is to make the school bulletproof windows?
Yes. So this is funny. In my, just with that subject, in my studies, this lady is sponsored. They're paying her way to go around because they are the company that does the bulletproof windows.
Okay.
It's a glass or a coating that the people outside cannot shoot in, but it allows the resource officers inside to shoot out. That's kind of mind-boggling, isn't it?
Wouldn't surprise me, technology.
So that's kind of cool.
So $935,000 annually for school and security, and so the current levy allots position for two what are they called?
Resource officer. Officers.
Okay.
Is $1.3 million. But the reconstruction of Petersburg High School entrance is $2.5.
Okay. Yeah, because they said here that there's too many ways in.
And there's a lot of doors in that
entrance. School. And Mitch said in the June one that you walk in the school and you have access to everything.
Well, you don't anymore because you're held in a little...
Maybe I didn't say it. Maybe I said it wrong. He said you walk into the school and you have... I don't want to misquote him.
Well, it used to be when you walked into the school, you were in the school.
Oh, yeah.
Now you're in a holding cage.
A holding cage?
I mean, it's not a cage,
Did
but
they come from the border?
Yeah. You're in another little cubby hole,
okay.
Glass-in building, whatever, or glass-in room, that doesn't let you right out into the students.
Okay, which is good.
But then once you're in that, you're back in the student population again.
So metal and vape detectors, PHS.
Yeah, I looked into vape detectors. They're not cheap.
In the school entrance at PHS, $2.5 million, $500,000 annually.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was the only reason that I started looking into what was offered
at that conference.
Because
one of the board members said, we don't like it. We don't think it's morally correct.
Correct.
We don't want you to go. The other three voted that they were okay with it.
Yes.
Who voted that they were good with the money? So, because this isn't Mitch's decision.
No.
This is by the Board of Education.
Jared Amtower.
Okay.
Ashley Cleaver and Pandy Barr.
Okay. So they gave a thumbs up. Okay.
Yes.
Understand.
Yes. And I actually, after reading and looking online, I tend to, and these were just keynotes. When you go down into the further columns, it was still all there. DEI throughout. And I think Petersburg roundly cited that they did not want that nonsense in their schools.
When you get the tape of that board meeting, I'd love to listen to it.
Okay.
I really would. I mean, I wasn't living there.
I went there yesterday, and she said that she could not even get me an answer of how to get it till Monday.